Hi guys, I'm back again. I wanted to share something with you guys that really makes me happy. What I want to talk about is dreaming again. You guys, us becoming like little children in these adult bodies. Um, I want to talk about that subject because I believe that dreaming again is about us reflecting and going back to this childlike space of authenticity and individuality of who God's created us to be. I mean, think about it. Children usually have no restraint when it comes to their creativity. They're able to move in it with power and strength. Like a kid would put on green stockings with a pink dress like nothing. That might be something that I would do, and I'll still do as an adult. And they can do it without these other little almost like insect things trying to come and distract that and disturb that. But then as we get older over time, maybe somebody says something about the pink dress, or maybe disappointments come. Maybe there's a death in the family. Maybe there's grief. Maybe there's other disappointments. Maybe there's things that you thought were going to go a certain way. And what happens is we have this beautiful, vivid treasure of gifts and talents and creativity when we're children. And then it's almost like these different things that I named come and it's like somebody heaping dirt over it with a shovel. All these things just keep heaping the dirt. And then when we get older, it's like as adults, we have to come and shovel the dirt off to rediscover the treasure, to rediscover that place of authenticity, and to be able to move in our imaginations and our creativity in a perfect way. And so I think about that, and there's a movie that comes to my mind. And the movie is Hook with Robin Williams in it, which is one of my favorite childhood movies, you guys. Me and my brothers love that movie. And there's about 3 different times in this movie that I want to cry. I usually get a little teary-eyed. And one of the scenes is when they're at the dinner table. And the Lost Boys are enjoying this imaginary banquet. And Robin Williams is like, there's nothing here. And Tinkerbell's like, something like, you got to use your imagination. And so at first he's just watching them and he's really hungry at this point. He's like, I don't see anything. And so eventually what happens is he taps into this place, you guys. He taps into this place and he picks up a spoon, scoops it in the bowl, and he flings this colorful looking mush, like it's like pink and purple, like all these amazing colors. And he throws this substance at one of the Lost Boys and it hits them in the face and you see it splatter. And he looks at the spoon and he's like, almost like, what just happened, in disbelief. And next thing you know, he looks and there's this huge banquet in front of him that he couldn't see until he tapped into his imagination. Sometimes there is a banquet of opportunities and gifts and different things that are before us as this banquet, but we can't see them until we believe and we become childlike and we start to let go of our fears and our anxieties and the possible things that could go wrong. We can't see them until we start to let go of those things, until we start to be confident who we were created to be. And so that's one of the scenes in the movie. And then the second scene in the movie that I absolutely love is when they're teaching Peter how to fly and they're like, you got to think happy thoughts. And at first, like his adult mind is like blocking him. It just keeps him on the ground. But eventually he starts to think about the things that make him happy, his kids, and these innocent, pure things that bring him joy. Not that he's the successful businessman, but it's the pure things he has to go back to that bring him joy. And so sometimes we have to simplify and go back to the simple things that bring us joy and delight, and we will find ourselves starting to fly, starting to connect with our creativity, and starting to be able to move in that. And so I just wanted to encourage you guys to dream again. Like maybe for some that's writing things down that you haven't thought about since you were a kid that you thought were like amazing as a kid and were so possible. Like I know when I was a kid, there's certain things like I'm like, I know I'm going to be a fashion designer and I'm going to be in Paris. Like it was so easy to believe that without restraint. You know what I mean? And then there's things that happen over time that made me think, well, maybe not. Maybe, So I'm identifying with those spaces, and it is so exciting. It's so adventurous. It's so rewarding. And it takes courage to go back to that space, because sometimes in that space, there's painful memories attached to that. But when you do the work and you start to dig, like, and you start to see the treasure again, it is an amazing, amazing feeling. Because then we get to connect with the part of us which is the part of us that of why we were created, why we were put on this earth. And I believe that we dream from our spirits, because I believe our spirits are eternal, God's eternal, and the dreams are eternal. Like, our spirits, God is outside of time, and there's like no hindrances. Like, people say, that, believe big, like that he can do anything. Like, that is legit real. And I believe we have that as kids initially. And like I said, then over time, it starts to kind of dissipate. And so I just want to encourage you guys to dream again, create again, and have fun. Like, we don't have to be serious all the time. Like, have fun, enjoy the journey, soak up all the wisdom in the journey of discovering yourself. So anyways, I love you guys so much, and I hope this encouraged you.